Hello, I'm Sharzad Green, pharmacist, and today I wanted to talk to you about adrenal fatigue, what I usually tell my patients, and I think in general it's good information that you may find helpful. Your adrenal glands are located on top of your kidneys, and they produce a lot of different hormones. One of them is cortisol, the stress hormone. The other one is DHEA sulfate. In a healthy person with a good set of healthy adrenal glands, the person usually wakes up in the morning. They have a lot of cortisol, and throughout the day, they use up that cortisol until they go to bed at night, and it's supposed to be at its lowest level. So then they sleep, your adrenal glands sleep with you, and in the morning, adrenal glands are replenished. They fill up your cup of cortisol, if you will, and you wake up with a full cup of cortisol, you use it up again, so on and so forth. When there's a lot of stresses that comes our way, throughout the day, we keep spiking, our cortisol keeps spiking, which is typical. That's how we get through the day. But if this pattern continues on and for too long, or in certain cases, if there's major stresses that really zap your adrenal glands, then one would lose that typical healthy pattern of cortisol production. You may wake up with a low cortisol, and then after you start your day, due to stresses that come your way, you keep spiking here and there and everywhere. And by the time you're ready to go to bed, you may be exhausted, you may fall asleep, but then you wake up in the middle of the night with all those little spikes again. Every time your cortisol goes up at night, that wakes you up. It also may contribute to weight gain, especially in the midsection. You have to wait until your cortisol drops down and you fall asleep again. This cannot be good for you. The insomnia causes fatigue in the morning. The rise in cortisol when it's not supposed to be may increase your weight, especially your waistline. Cortisol, when it's too much, it could interfere with the action of testosterone. As you know, testosterone can be helpful for libido. But in women, if cortisol is too high, that takes over the testosterone receptors and it does not allow testosterone to do what it's supposed to do. And our tolerance for stress diminishes. We become more irritable. Decision-making might become hard. So there are a lot of different consequences to having high cortisol when it's not supposed to be high. I kind of say this is how we train our adrenal glands to behave. It's kind of like a little kid that every 2 hours you give him a handful of M&Ms. That's how he's going to learn to behave. And he's going to eat the M&Ms, bounce off the wall, crash, and come back for more. And if you get your adrenal glands used to that much stress, that frequent stress, that's how they're going to behave. And when you're sleeping at night, they still continue demanding the M&Ms, if you will. So we need to have a talk with the adrenal glands and basically calm them down. That's why it's important to do the de-stressing activities 3 times a day. Deep breathing, meditation are some of the things that we use to help with your adrenal glands. We also need vitamin C and vitamin B5, pantothenic acid, to support the adrenal glands. It's important to measure your DHEA sulfate, and if it is low, we can supplement with some DHEA. Measuring your cortisol 4 times in a given day is the best way, the most accurate way to really find out how your adrenal glands are functioning. By doing so, we're measuring your cortisol early in the morning, by noon, in the afternoon, and before you go to bed. And we have to see the pattern that starts off with a high level and gradually drops down to its lowest level before you go to bed. To do a saliva test, usually a regular lab cannot do that, but I'd be happy to order a saliva test kit for you. You can email me at the email below, and I'd be happy to help you out with that.